So today is a Wednesday, and that means that I am bringing you more of a talk than a meditation. Mondays are for meditation, Wednesdays are for talks. It's where I answer your questions. We do a little activity, we have a little fun, and I get to jam with you on good stuff that's going on in my life in terms of managing my anxiety, symptoms of depression, and just everyday stress, because we all have it, right? Stress is inevitable. It's how we remove the blocks energetically and physically to allow that input, that stress to move through us instead of getting caught up in our bodies and causing us discomfort, pain, agitation, anxiety, all of those things. So that's what we're doing today. I'm really excited about this topic because it was a realization for me this week. And it's all about the secret to my daily success and the secret to my long-term success as well. But what I do every single day to make sure that I'm moving ahead toward my health goals, my happiness goals, my business goals, whatever they are, relationship goals, how I keep myself on track and not get distracted by negative thoughts. So I have an accountability/life coach who I write to every single day about what I've done, what I haven't done, how I stayed on track, how I went off track. And it's just a check-in to make sure that, mostly to make sure for myself that I'm keeping with my own promises and I'm staying in integrity with my practice. So I write to her every single day. That one night I was super, super tired and I was just going to do a check-in like, hey, I'm going to bed and I'll write to you in the morning. And I was brushing my teeth before bed. And I started thinking about everything that was going wrong and the stuff that I didn't want to tell her, right? But I have to, because truth, integrity. And I was thinking about all the things that were going wrong and this big project that I have coming up and something that I'm really afraid to do, afraid to bring out into the world because I don't know how it's going to be received. And I wasn't sure if I did it right. Right being the operative word. Then I started thinking about the things that I actually have achieved. The things that I've achieved and that I never thought that I would have been able to achieve if I went back to childhood, if I went back to high school, if I went back to the darkest times of my life. I was thinking about my book and my TV show and my family and my relationship and my relationship with my husband, and then also the relationships with the beautiful friends that I have and how close and meaningful and deep they are. And I was thinking how I got each one of them. So for instance, I'm laughing because I'm just picturing this. I had a chance to do, be a backup yogi on Sadie Nardini. A lot of you who practice yoga might know who she is, the rock star yogi. She had this TV show on this small, brand new TV station, and I had the opportunity to just do backup yoga at her show. And instead of going and doing the part and then leaving and saying, that was fun, I engaged the executive producer and started talking about my YouTube channel and what I had going on. And then I kept asking to go back and making myself available for other shows and just kept talking to all the people on the crew and making friends, and not really as an opportunity to do something. It was just because I thought, hey, I'm here and I might as well use this platform, this chance to meet people, to network, to talk about the cool stuff that I have going on and ask other people what cool stuff they have going on and how can I help. I actually met one of the people who was working on Daniel Tiger while it was still in its creation and no one had even heard of it. So it was a really, really fun experience that ended up in me, from many, many steps of doing that over and over and over again, getting my own show. Like right time, right place, but also putting in all of the work to create the relationships and put myself out there. And then with my book, it was the same thing, putting myself out there, talking about what was going on, asking other people how I could help them. And with what finally landed my book deal was me getting a meeting with the vice president of Hay House and going into her office, not with an agent, not with a book proposal, but with a one sheet about my book, which nobody does. That's not a thing that people do. And the key to all of this was not me knowing exactly what to do and not necessarily doing the exact right things or following a formula that other people had already done, but knowing what I wanted and making it happen in whatever way I had available to me in that moment. So there was a belief that I could do it, and I moved in that belief. And what's happening when I'm in fear is that I don't have a belief. I have a hope. So one of the subheadings in the video description was why belief is better than hope. Hope is something that you have when you're wishing something will work out, but you're also holding space for it failing. Belief is a knowing that the thing will work out no matter what. And what does it look like if you're moving in hope rather than moving in belief? So when I have belief about something working out, when I'm like, okay, eventually I'm going to have a book, no matter what the book is going to happen, I'll take more chances, I'll take more risks, I'll talk about it more, I will enlist other people to help me, I'll keep doing things whether or not they fail, whether or not they feel right. I'll just keep doing it because I know that the book is inevitable and I really can't mess up. Hope, with the understanding that something could not work out, holding that space that something might not work out, keeps me worried, keeps me afraid, keeps me fearful, and it holds me back. So how do I stay in belief versus hope? And this is the activity that I want to offer you today. And it's really about keeping negative thoughts at bay and addressing negative thought loops and fears that come into our consciousness, into our awareness, and just not so much preventing them from coming in, but acting when they do immediately so that they don't take hold and they don't create that obstacle so that things can't flow through you and you can't move freely. So it's a 3-step process and it's really easy. When the negative thought comes in, acknowledge it. Don't try to push it aside. Don't try to push it down. Don't let it fester unattended to in your consciousness, in your energetic body. When the negative thought comes in, address it immediately by speaking to it. And that means saying it out loud, sitting with it and meditating on it, or writing it down. And I prefer to write it down because then I use it for later. So the negative thought could be, I'm never going to be happy in my relationship because I'm undeserving of love. Whatever it is, as ugly as it is, as uncomfortable as it is, write down those words. And then the second step is speak to the negative thought with facts. Talk back to it. So what is the reality of the moment? What is really going on? What are blessings that you can count? What is also happening that's good at the same time as you feeling bad? So if it's about a relationship thing, it could be, but I'm working hard on myself every day to attract the person that I love. Or I'm in this relationship now, but I also have the opportunity to communicate with this person more effectively, more meaningfully, so that they can show up better for me. I can ask for what I want. Whatever feels empowering and true in the moment, write that down. You're talking back. And then the third step, which is sometimes fun because it's kind of like unraveling a mystery or addressing something that you haven't really looked at hard before, is where does this come from? So a relationship thing for me, where does it come from? Where does a fear about relationships come from, of it not working out or me not feeling worthy? I could go back to my parents and say, well, I grew up in a very dysfunctional home where I didn't see displays of love and affection and people being respectful and loving toward each other. So I really don't have a model to follow, and I really don't know what I'm looking for or what I want or what to call in. And while this doesn't completely solve the problem, it doesn't get rid of the negative thing in your life, it addresses the thought. And it treats the thoughts as a distraction instead of the absolute truth that prevents you from moving forward toward what you want. So if I'm trying to hold a belief that something can absolutely happen, and negative thoughts are taking hold and distracting me from that belief and holding me back from action, then that belief really turns into a hope and a wish, and not the belief that it needs to be for me to move forward with it without any kind of question that it can work out. So when I have that process of this negative thought coming in that's distracting me from the belief, and I say, this is the negative thought. This is exactly what it is. As uncomfortable, as ugly, as silly as it feels, whatever it is. Because oftentimes when you start repeating a negative thought out loud or you write it down, you already start to see it unravel. You already see the lie in it. And then 2, talking back to it. This is the reality of the moment. This is what's actually happening right now. I'll never have success in business because I don't have the right tools. I don't have the right look. I don't have the right speech. I don't know how to carry myself in public. I'm not perfectly polished when I show up on live videos, right? Like any of that. But the truth of the matter is that I serve people. People benefit from what I do. I've already had success in it. Like those are the types of things. Like talk back with the reality of the moment. And then where does it come from? And I'll tell you that a lot of our negative thoughts about ourselves are coming from the negative and untrue thoughts and opinions of other people. And I'll leave you with this because this really, really helped me yesterday. I was having a really hard morning with a lot of self-doubt and feeling really down on myself and feeling really down about a lot of things. And I called my friend Quentin Venny, who is the most amazing motivational speaker. First of all, he can quote Bible scripture like no one I've ever met, ever. Like he yells it at me, like whatever is applicable. He can pull it from like book, chapter, verse, yells it at me, tells me how it applies to my life, and then gives me the best pep talk ever. But he told me, and I love this so much, that I am investing in the opinions of people who don't have the qualifications, that don't have the credentials to comment on my life. And I need to reinvest in me. That I need to put, like, he's like, imagine if you had 100 grand and what you're doing is you're taking that 100 grand and you're putting it into other people. Take that money and put it into you because you are the only person that is qualified to comment on you. And when I do that, I return to belief. When I understand that I am the expert on me, that I create my own rules, that I am a leader in my own life, that I can do things my way and they can work out because every way was new at one time, then I return to that place of belief. And when negative thoughts come in, I speak the truth to them. So I want you to do that today. I want you to do that 3-step process. If you have a repeating negative thought, a thought that loops in your head again and again, a thought train that carries you away to some distant place that you don't want to be, I want you to speak that negative thought out loud or write it down. Then talk back to it with truth. Speak that truth out loud or write it down. And then ask yourself where it comes from. Because oftentimes when you solve the mystery, when you speak to something and you really look at it with facts instead of your runaway imagination, it unravels, it dissipates. It's just like shedding light on darkness. The darkness disappears. I love you all so much. I wish so hard, but also holding the belief that you can create a beautiful day out of today, no matter what's going on. And I will see you on Monday with a meditation. Please put your requests in the comments. And that's it. Keep coming back. Love you.